Over my shoulder back there, you can see the steeple to the Methodist Church down on South Main Street. You know, these steeples are designed to draw the eye upward to heaven, to the Lord. You can just imagine somebody wandering through these hills, traipsing around with great physical need, psychological need, spiritual need, and seeing that spire, seeing that steeple begin to make their way to that place, knowing that in that building there would likely be an open hand full of everything to meet their physical need, and an open heart to listen, and an open word to direct them to life in God. But you know, these buildings are all closed now, and all these steeples all over our town and towns all over the country and indeed the world are closed. And those resources aren't in there. But even though the buildings are closed, we know that the church isn't closed, that believers all over the world are everywhere, able to provide all these resources themselves. And so the challenge for all of us here today is that we all need to put a steeple, so to speak, on our head. People need to be able to see in our countenance the love of God, and the peace that passes understanding should be radiating from us. We should also have on our tongue the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We should be speaking words of humility and grace and assurance during this time. And our hands should be open and full of blessing and charity and all good things, so that whenever anybody sees us, they see the Lord indeed. And that for all these wanderers who we come in contact with, who have all these great needs that they cannot meet themselves, that nothing here on earth, no government, no other entity can meet, that they can, in speaking to us and interacting with us, they can have these things done and realized in their life. What a wonderful and big and one great opportunity is ours today to be this for the world. Listen to what Jesus says here. This is Acts chapter 1, beginning at verse 6. It says, "So when they had come together, they asked him, 'Lord, will you at this time restore the kingdom to Israel?' He said to them, 'It is not for you to know times or seasons that the Father has fixed by his own authority. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you. And you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the end of the earth.' And when he had said these things, as they were looking on, he was lifted up, and a cloud took him out of their sight. And while they were gazing into heaven as he went, behold, 2 men stood by them in white robes and said, 'Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking into heaven? This Jesus who was taken up from you into heaven will come in the same way as you saw him go into heaven.'" This is our charge. This is our commission. This is our joy and blessing. To go out into all the world, ourselves, to go out and to be that. So church today, Christian, put the steeple on and make sure that everybody in every single interaction and discussion with you would hear the gospel, see the gospel on our face, etched there from our times alone with him in prayer. And may our hands always be open to give and to give and to give again. We love you. God bless you. And we're praying for you. Have a great night.